Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Joy. On today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this pencil skirt. It's a pencil skirt and achieve this using 1.5 meters of fabric. Alright, let's get to it. So you fold your material. Just watch the way I'm folding. Just fold it. And the width you're going to fold it with is your hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches allowance. Your hip divided by 4 plus 2 inches extra. So my hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10 plus 2, that is 12. Now you get your length. Now this length, when getting it, you're going to minus your band length if you're using band. But if you're not using band, you just measure it together. So I will be using band and I will minus 1.5 inches for my band. All right, so your length, you must add 2 inches extra to it. Can you see? I'm minusing the 1.5 inches now. And I will get my hip 9 inches. I'll get my nail 23 inches and then my full length. The full length of my skirt is 39. All right, get them on a straight line. Just take your time, get them on a straight line before marking. So your length, you must add 2 inches to it. On this hip, you divide your hip by 4 minus 1 inch and then you add your 2 inches extra. This waist, divide your waist by 4, then you add your 2 inches allowance. Now, whatever thing you have at your hip, you're going to minus 1.5 inches from it and then mark it on your nail and your full length. So take note of that, because this skirt we are not going to fold the down, so it's turn up. That is why you must add 2 inches to your length so that we can turn that 2 inches off. Hope you understand. And now you're going to connect it. Use your own shape and connect it. Now from this hip, come down by 2 inches, just a guide. Then you come up by 1 inch. That is just a guide. Now you're going to connect it to your waist. Now my own shape is almost straight, right? But don't worry, your own might even be curvy. So just do anywhere, anyhow it comes out, connect it, but make sure you're using your own measurement. Now you connect from these two to your nail and then you connect it back. Now if you're curvy, if you have curvy shape, then you will know why I do those 2 inches and 1 inch. And now on this waist, you're going to come down by 1 inch and you curve it back to the waist. And when you curve it back to the waist, you will then add half an inch. That will be your joining, what I will use to join my my band. But if you're doing bandless, then there is no need for all this plenty grammar. You just connect your thing and you go your way. All right, so now I'm going to cut it out. Hope you remember my hip minus 1 inch that time. Now your back measurement is going to be like 3 inches wider than your front at the back, and you get it on a straight line. Can you see? So here I did 2.5 because that's what I need, but you can just do 3 inches so you see where to cut from. All right, so that your extra, we are going to cut that side now so that you understand what I'm saying. All right, so this your extra now determines your zipper allowance. I use 1.5 inches zipper allowance. Can you see it on my waist there? I'm going to mark the 1.5 inches. But on my hip, I'm going to mark 2.5 inches. Do you understand? Because that front, remember I removed 1 inch from that my hip. So I'm going to mark it on my back hip. Now on this new, I'll come back with the normal zipper allowance, which is 1.5 inches, and then I'll have to connect it. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Now come down by 6 inches, just for a guide, just for guide. Especially, just watch my hand, and that is the way I'm going to curve it. So just add that your 1.5 inches till down, and then you're going to connect it before cutting. Alright, so that hip, don't forget the front. When you divide it by 4, you're going to minus 1 inch, and that 1 inch you're going to add it to the back, and the back side you're adding it is that zipper allowance part. So you just get your zipper allowance plus that 1 inch. So now my zipper allowance is 1.5. Do you understand? So plus that 1 inch, that is that 2.5 that I use at the hip. Connect it and cut it out. Just take your time. It's very simple. Just a pencil skirt. It's nothing difficult. And I didn't add lining to it. So now I'm going to trim my lining the same length. But after trimming the lining, at the down part, I'll come up by 2 inches. Can you see? That thing I'm coming up there is by 2 inches. I don't, it's very far. Then you cut it out. Now, after cutting it out, you notch your zipper allowance to know the side that is zipper allowance, so you don't make mistake of sewing side as zipper. Now my lining is shorter than my material, but when you're sewing it, you push that lining down to meet the end part, not the edge, and you sew it on a straight line. After sewing it, you're going to drag it up to come to that waist part, and you sew that side straight down. You sew the second part to straight down. Do you understand? So can you see the turn up I've shown? Now you're going to turn it out, arrange it very well, turn it out, and then you go and iron it. Give it a good press, and we've come to joining. Now that's that center front. You get that middle part. That is where I'm getting all my measurements from. You just be dividing them into two from that center. When ironing, just close it and iron so that that crease line will be showing there, and you're dividing what you have by 2. So my waist was 9 I use there. I'll just use that 9, this side 9, this side 9. That's what I did. And my nail, just everything I use and sewed and cut, that is the same thing I'm putting here. The difference that one, that time it was on fold, right? Now I've opened it. That is why I'm taking everything on that crease line, and then you mark it straight down. So this is it. So now you put the back and join it with the front. The sides, sew it straight down, sew it straight down. Remember, as you turn the front, that is the same way you're going to turn the back. So after everything, this is what we have. Now is the zipper allowance that is left. Now at this zipper allowance, you're going to come down to the length of your zip. So it depends on the length you're using for your zip here. Alright, so you minus that 1.5 inches and get your zipper length. I use 9 inches. I use 9 inches. You can use 7, 8, 9, 10. Anyone is okay. Depends on the length of your zip. And now come down by 18 inches from that up, and I'll come in by 1 inch. You can also do 1.5 inches, which is that your zipper allowance. That is what you're coming in with. But remember, we have already turned this material with half an inch, so we are left with this 1 inch. So that is why I come into with 1 inch. Now if that 18 inches will be too high for you, you can make yours 19. You can even make it 20, but me, I like using 18 inches, 18, 19 for that opening, and it's always okay for me. Now you're going to iron this down part, that opening part. You open it like this, you put your hemming gum inside, you cover it, and you iron it so that the hemming gum will hold it. Now for this zip, can you see, you're going to measure your waist round. Just take your time, measure your waist round, and whatever thing you have there, you'll be cutting a waistband for it. But this particular waistband will not be straight because of how our waist is. So I came down by 3 inches by the close part. I folded this material into two, and I'm going to curve it out to the other end. Can you see? Just watch my hand. But if free hand is difficult for you, you can use your curve rule. Just don't let it be straight. Just an inverted rule, a kind of, just watch my hand. Let it not be straight. Just come down by that 3 inches, fold your material into two, come down by that 3 inches, and then you curve it out and come down by 2 inches, 2.5 inches. Here I came down by 2 inches. I came down by 2 inches and I'm going to connect it on a straight line. But you can come down by 2.5 inches because we are going to fold with down up, and this up too we are going to sew it with half an inch. Now get that thing, that your waist measurement, and you cut it out. Now when you cut it out, you're going to apply an interface to it on one side, and then you fold one part of it, which is the down. Now you turn this up, you're going to place it well and turn it straight. And after turning it, you're going to notch it. After notching it, you push it inside and iron it. Can you see the notches? Now you push it inside and iron it very well. Can you see? So this is it. You get the center point. Is either you use your chalk or you use this thing and mark the other part, that part that we do not fold. And now this side, you can just cut out any excess that is coming out there. Just cut out, that is that two side joining. If there is any this thing, cut it out. And then take the center to the center and you pin it round and sew it round. Now remember that I'm pinning this thing on the wrong side. That is, can you see my lining, my black lining that is showing there? So it's after sewing that side, I will now turn it to the front, which is the material part. So just sew it round and then you push it outside and you're going to match it on top. Can you see? When you push it outside like this, you arrange it very well and sew it round. Just take your time. It's very simple, and we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Give it a good press. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe, comment, like, share, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you very much. Bye.